Estonia, a small yet profoundly unique country situated on the eastern shores of the Baltic Sea, part of the trio known as the Baltic states. Though modest in size, Estonia's geography is a fascinating interplay of flat landscapes, vast forests, countless islands, and intricate coastlines. This geography has profoundly shaped the nation's history, culture, economy, and identity. To understand Estonia deeply, we must begin with its location on the European map. Estonia occupies the northeastern corner of Europe, bordered by the Baltic Sea to the west and north, Latvia to the south, and Russia to the east. To the north across the Gulf of Finland lies Finland, just about 80 kilometers away at the narrowest point, close enough to glimpse the distant land on a clear day. Its position at the crossroads of northern Europe and the vast Eurasian landmass gives Estonia a unique strategic and cultural significance. It is a gateway between west and east, a place where Nordic, Slavic, and Baltic cultures have intersected for centuries. Estonia covers an area of roughly 45,227 square kilometers, making it about the size of Denmark or twice as large as the U.S. state of Massachusetts. Though small in size, Estonia's landscape is varied and richly textured. Landforms and topography. Estonia is one of Europe's flattest countries, with no towering mountains or deep valleys to interrupt the horizon. Instead, its geography is defined by gently rolling plains, low uplands, and an abundance of lakes, rivers, and wetlands. The highest point, Surmunamajai, is located in southeastern Estonia in the Hunja upland and rises to just 318 meters above sea level, modest by global standards, but a prominent landmark within Estonia's landscape. The terrain consists largely of flat or gently undulating lowlands, part of the vast Baltic plain that stretches across much of northern Europe. The northern and western parts of Estonia are especially flat, with broad coastal plains and sandy beaches stretching along the Baltic Sea. Moving inland, the land rises gently towards the southeast, where hills become more prominent. The Hunja upland and the Otepää upland offer Estonia's most noticeable elevations, covered in forests and dotted with small lakes. The soil in Estonia varies greatly, influenced by the last ice age's glacial activity which sculpted the landscape. Moraines, eskers, and drumlins, all typical glacial formations, are found throughout the country, creating subtle hills and ridges that break up the flatness. Estonia's geology is primarily composed of sedimentary rocks, including limestone, sandstone, and clay. These rock formations influence the country's soil fertility and vegetation, creating conditions suitable for both dense forests and agricultural lands. Estonia's coastline and islands. One of Estonia's most striking geographical features is its extensive coastline, which measures over 3,700 kilometers if you include all its bays, inlets, and islands. This deeply indented coastline forms numerous peninsulas and offers hundreds of sheltered bays and natural harbors. Estonia's coastline is washed by the Baltic Sea, and its waters range from the cold, brackish Gulf of Finland in the north to the more open Baltic Sea in the west. The coast is a vital part of Estonian life, providing access to fishing, trade, and tourism, as well as serving as a natural barrier and point of contact with neighboring countries. The Estonian coast is dotted with over 1,500 islands and islets, each with its own unique character and history. The largest island, Saaremaa, is often called a microcosm of Estonia itself. It features limestone cliffs, ancient windmills, and quaint villages, all surrounded by natural beauty. Saaremaa's diverse landscapes include forests, meadows, and wetlands, supporting rich biodiversity and traditional ways of life. The island has been a center of maritime culture for centuries, playing a critical role in the Baltic Sea's history. Just north of Saaremaa lies Hiiumaa, the second largest Estonian island, known for its lighthouses, untouched forests, and a slower pace of life. Hiiumaa remains less developed than Saaremaa, preserving a rugged, natural charm. Other notable islands include Muhu, connected to Saaremaa by a causeway, and Kinu, famous for its unique cultural heritage and traditions recognized by UNESCO. These islands are scattered like pearls across the Baltic Sea, each a repository of Estonian culture, nature, and history. Their rocky shores and sandy beaches contrast with the green forests and bogs inland. Forests and vegetation. Estonia is a land of forests. Nearly 50% of the country's territory is covered by forests, making it one of Europe's most heavily forested nations. The dominant tree species include pine, spruce, and birch, creating dense evergreen and mixed forests that provide habitat for a rich variety of wildlife. Estonia's forests are home to animals such as elk, wild boar, wolves, lynx, brown bears, and hundreds of bird species. These forests have long been intertwined with Estonian culture and economy. For centuries, they have provided timber, fuel, and food, from berries and mushrooms to game. Forests also serve as places of recreation and spiritual connection, rooted deeply in folklore and tradition. Hiking, mushroom picking, and nature watching remain popular activities, especially in protected areas like the Lihima National Park. Estonia's forests are managed sustainably, with modern forestry techniques balancing economic needs with conservation. The country also participates in European efforts to combat deforestation and preserve biodiversity. Wetlands, bogs, and peatlands. A distinctive feature of Estonia's geography is its vast wetlands and peat bogs. These ecosystems cover roughly 20% of the country's land area and are vital to Estonia's environmental health. The most famous wetland area is Summa National Park, known for its fifth season, the flood season, when rivers overflow and transform the landscape into a vast inland sea. Estonia's bogs are rich in sphagnum moss, peat, and specialized plants like cotton grass and sundews. These ecosystems provide important habitats for rare birds, insects, and amphibians. Bogs also act as natural carbon sinks, storing vast amounts of carbon in their peat layers, which helps regulate the global climate. Traditional activities associated with bogs include peat harvesting for fuel, reed gathering for thatching roofs, and bog walking, using wooden planks to cross the soft, marshy ground. Rivers and lakes. Estonia's hydrology is defined by numerous rivers and lakes scattered across the country's flat terrain. The largest lake is Lake Peipus, Paisi-Järv, shared with Russia. Covering over 3,555 square kilometers, it is the fifth largest lake in Europe. This vast freshwater body is critical for local fisheries and transport, and plays a significant cultural and economic role. Another significant lake is Lake Vortsjarv, located in southern Estonia, a large shallow lake known for its natural beauty and bird habitats. Estonia's rivers, including the Pärnu, Emajogi, and Narva, flow slowly across the flat landscape, often meandering through forests and wetlands before emptying into the sea or Lake Peipus. The Emajogi River, in particular, connects Lake Vortsjarv to Lake Peipus, acting as a vital waterway historically and today. Rivers have shaped human settlements, providing fresh water, transport routes, and fertile lands for agriculture. Climate and weather patterns. Estonia's climate is classified as humid continental, heavily influenced by the Baltic Sea and the Gulf of Finland. Winters in Estonia are cold, with average temperatures ranging from -3 degrees Celsius to -7 degrees Celsius in January, but moderated by maritime influences, preventing extreme lows seen in inland Russia. Snowfall is common and can last from December through March, creating a picturesque winter landscape. Summers are mild and relatively short, with average temperatures around 17 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius in July. The country experiences long daylight hours in summer, especially in the north, where the sun barely sets during June. Spring and autumn bring rapid changes in weather and landscape, with blooming flowers and colorful foliage. Estonia experiences a relatively high amount of precipitation, averaging around 600 to 700 millimeters per year, distributed fairly evenly throughout the seasons. Human geography and impact of geography. Estonia's geography has played a central role in shaping its human history and settlement patterns. The flat terrain and abundant natural resources attracted settlers as early as the Stone Age. Archaeological evidence shows human presence dating back over 10,000 years. Estonia's location made it a crossroads for various cultures and empires, from Vikings and Teutonic Knights to Russians and Germans. Its coast and islands supported a strong maritime culture, with fishing, trade, and shipbuilding forming the economic backbone for centuries. The country's fertile soils in the lowlands allowed for the development of agriculture, while forests provided timber and other natural products. Today, about 70% of Estonia's population lives in urban areas, with the capital city, Tallinn, situated on the northern coast, benefiting from its strategic maritime location. Conservation and modern landscape. Estonia has made great efforts to preserve its natural heritage. Over 18% of the country's land area is protected in national parks, nature reserves, and conservation areas. Key protected areas include Lahiman National Park, the country's oldest and largest, which features coastal landscapes, forests, and wetlands. Estonia's commitment to sustainable development extends to renewable energy, with wind farms operating along its coasts and islands. The interplay between urban development and nature conservation remains a defining feature of Estonia's geography today. Conclusion. In this opening scene, we have traversed the diverse geography of Estonia, a land defined by its flat plains, lush forests, pristine lakes, and windswept islands. From the gentle rise of Surmunamagi to the shimmering waters of Lake Peipus, Estonia's natural landscape is a living mosaic that has shaped its people and culture for millennia. As we continue this journey through Estonia, we will explore how this geography has influenced the nation's history, culture, and identity, making Estonia a truly unique Baltic jewel.